G'day mate and welcome back to Capital Industry with me, JD. In our last episode, we got the fast burning reactor research, which means we have an answer to both our power problems and our fuel problems, except I need to get there first. I need to build a fast burning reactor. I need to make sure I have the fuel and the infrastructure ready to get a fast burning reactor up and running. Which brings us to today's episode. Today's episode, I have a bit of a fuel crisis, one I've been ignoring for quite some time, hoping to research my way out of it, but I don't think there's a way to research my way out of this problem. So what we need to do is we need to fix the fuel problem and also start prepping for the fast burning reactor. But I cannot do any of that until I ask you that very important question, of course. That is, can I borrow a like? I just like to borrow a like. Like to borrow a like in the video, not happy the video, didn't enjoy the video. Well, I've been told if I get to keep your like, then there's a good chance I can save the island. All right, first thing we need to do is we need to solve a couple of problems, mainly the fuel problem. And my biggest and the quickest solution is we're actually turning off the rockets. We're turning off the rockets entirely, which means our space station is going to keep running for another 19 months. And at the end of 19 months, the crew's going to come home and then we're going to decommission the space station. We can still make research points, and I can use them for, actually, I probably prefer that one. Yeah, can I cancel that? And can we try and get that one finished before we run out of research? And then, of course, I am going to continue with ship fuel usage and then train fuel usage because I have a fuel problem, as I said. We can keep doing any research that doesn't involve space science, but I also have a power problem to go with my fuel problem. So what I want to do is I want to pause anything I don't need to have running, and then I want to start converting a whole lot of trains across to hydrogen, because I have a source of hydrogen. It's not a terribly good source of hydrogen, but I definitely have hydrogen, and this seems like the number one method for me to try and save the island. So can I remove that little pipe, please? Can I get a fluid balancer, please, right in here? Can I get that built, please? You're going to be the priority out because I need hydrogen to go that way, more important than anything else. And can I also upgrade that pipe? Probably a few times. Yeah, can I upgrade that and that and that and that? Sure. All right, then can we go back down here? Can I grab a Mark II pipe? I'm going to start under here. Hopefully. Lock it in place, thank you. And then can we come this way at height 1 until we run into that coal belt? Go up to height 2, and then I want to go to this tile. And then after that tile, I want to come to here. And then I want to come up to height 3, please. Yep, 3 and... please put the supports in roughly the same spot as everybody else. Okay, there, and this corner, and then we're gonna go, oh gosh. It's better off if I don't look at the supports sometimes. Can I go to there, and then can I go to here, and then here, I guess. Like, things don't line up with one another at all. Can I go to here, and then can I go to here, and then can I come to this messy corner, and then once we get there, can I come to height 5 over the top, and yeah, like trucks could get through here if one of those wasn't aligned with the other. If one of those was aligned with the others. Okay, can I bring my hydrogen pipe through to here? Because we're gonna start moving the trains across to hydrogen. This is my best method to start mitigating our fuel usage. And yeah, can I get you living there? Can I remove the last tile? Can I get that built? Also, can I stop here? Can I rip out that support and that support? At least then big trucks can get through there. And I'd really like to rip out that one. That's not going to be possible. Not quickly. I can rip out that one. Yeah, there. Please, thank you. Doesn't matter. That pipe's too low. That's height 3, right? Yeah, big trucks can't get under there anyway. All right, so once we get to here, I need to bring the belt all the way through, the pipe all the way through to here. But that means I need to do a little bit of a renovation. So first off, can I remove that? Can I remove that? Can I remove you? Can I remove you back to, say, here, and you back to here? Can I remove that, and that? Can I remove that tile, and those tiles? And can I remove that lot? Yeah, okay. Can we spend just a touch of uni getting all of that done now, please? All right, so can I get my pipe? Can I get my pipe to come up to height 5, please? And I want you to go straight through all the train stations. Yep. All the way out to here. Once you get to here, can you go across and then down and into that one? Okay. Can I get you built as well? All right. With that done, we can then start modifying these. So can I remove... no, I want to stay paused for just a second if I can. Can I remove that one and that one and that one? And that should be everything. Okay, can we plug you into here? Can I plug you into here? Can I plug you into here? Can I plug you into here? You into here? You into here? And you into here. Okay, that's all the pipes plugged in. Then it's a matter of rebuilding all our belts. So I need you to now go under all that. And you should actually be the next tier up, please. Cool. Okay, I need you to disappear. I also need you two to disappear, please. Can I get a loose? Can I get a loose balancer? Can I put you here? And then this is bauxite, which I'm not importing by train. This station doesn't exist. This is the uranium station. Yeah, okay, so this station doesn't exist. You are going to be eventually titanium, I expect. Can I get you pasted through to there? And then can I just turn you off? Because you don't need to run. All right. Bauxite. This is actually bauxite. Bauxite's going on the right, so I don't have to worry about that one. You are coal. Coal, I need to come out and over there. You are limestone. I need you to go here. I need you to come back up to here. And then can we get you to plug into that one? Yep. Then we have iron. Iron needs, again, a balancer. Iron's going to be a little bit difficult because you have 2 belts. So can I get you... to go to height 3, please. Yes. And then can I get this side to plug into that side? And then can I get this out and around? No. Can I get that pipe removed? Can I get you? I can get you to do that. Okay. Then I need to still plug in the hydrogen pipe. So go pipe. Yeah, accept it. Yeah, it works. Okay. What are you? You're sandwich going to the right. And you're copper, which is also going to the right. Okay. So can I get those built? That built. That built. All of that built. Yep. Can I get that built and that built? And that built. Yeah, I gotta be very careful about where I spend uni because I really don't have a lot. I've had to turn off a few things to get enough uni. Like, you know, this one, which I really need to turn back on once we burn through what little space science there is. Okay, so that's step number 1. That should get us hydrogen down here. I also need to get hydrogen available to the trucks. Currently, they really can't get to hydrogen because, well, the giant hydrogen tank is a little bit buried at this stage. But this should be our hydrogen pipe here. It is. Can I get a pipe off there and into there? And can I get that built? So that'll give us a tank of hydrogen, which the trucks can access, which is good because I want to start making some trains. I want to go into train line manager. I want to get a uranium train. The uranium trains are the furthest away. They're coming all the way out to here, which means in theory, they're using the most amount of fuel. That is if they're running. They're currently not running because I don't have fuel all the way out here. There's just the fuel's not making it this far. In fact, even our bauxite is out of fuel. If we come back one more mine to both limestone and iron, you can see even limestone is completely dead at the moment because I just don't have any fuel. So what I want to do is I want to start here. Can I duplicate that train? I want to change it over to hydrogen. So because it's hydrogen, we need to have an extra locomotive just so we have the same stats. In fact, the stats are slightly better. And then can I build you? Okay, I don't want to put you on the uranium line yet. I just want to have a number of trains. And I just want to get them started being built. And then we can allocate them afterwards. Okay, so yeah, we have a few messages about things being without fuel. It's fine. All right, so with that done, next thing I want to do is I want to bump up our uranium rod storage. I have 153, which means I'm just going to apply a permanent unity boost to you, so you can pump out twice as many fuel rods. Twice as many fuel rods technically puts us in positive, but not by a lot. Next thing I need to do is I actually need one of you guys. Can I put you here? Can I then trim that piece out and that piece out? Cool. I need to start making a spare yellow cake. So we're gonna have you get built, please. Can I have this acid? No, I don't want to remove the machine. Cancel. I do want to remove the pipe. Okay, I need that pipe plugged in there, and then you can go into there, and then can I get, well, that rebuilt, and then can I also plug that into there, which is definitely going to be too much toxic slurry on the pipe, but there's not a lot I can do about it. I just need to accept that I'm going to have too much toxic slurry on this pipe, and we're going to have to just ignore the problem. That's the toxic slurry through to here, where then in theory 50% goes in there and 50% goes in there, and it maxes both those out. Okay, can I get that built? But I also need to have a bucket here. This belt can be paused, and you are going to be cancelled. So once you're built, you will hold yellow cake. All right, so that should be us being able to make some yellow cake. Low supply of sand. Yes, low supply of sand. Great. Can I get... I need to start launching trains. What are you doing? Arrival conditions not met. Arrivals. This one, which is stuck in there somewhere. Okay. Can you go? No. Send loading. Go away. Send wait. Thank you. Send wait and send wait. All right, that solves that problem. Okay, cool. That's an interesting one. All right, so sand should now be fixed. Hydrogen should start flowing down into our train station block, which means I should be able to start swapping over trains once they're built. They're going to take a little while to get built, but also I need to do a few other things. So first off, I have a power problem. I've had a power problem for a little while, and good news, bad news. The good news is over here I have nope, wrong one. I have high pressure steam. High pressure steam is coming from, well, all the excess food that I don't really need, and I have so much excess food that I don't need that we're actually storing up the steam and then just running a couple of extra thermal desaliners every now and then. But I've noticed these guys tend to get very, very full on water, and as we just saw very briefly, output was full. They can't actually output the water anymore. So what I want to do is I want to grab a high pressure turbine, please, Mark II. Can I put you here and here, and then a low pressure turbine here and here, and then power, perfect. Can I have a small cut to be put in here and here? Can I grab fluid, a balancer? And then I want to bring the pipe into here and in here. Yep, we're just going to start turning our excess food into power rather than just turning the more water, because as it seems, we have more than enough water. With the improvements we've made to the water system over the last couple of episodes, we actually have plenty of water, so I'm not too worried about it anymore. But I do need to process depleted steam that's going to come out of this system. So can you come to there, to there, to there? No, that's not going to work for me. There, to there, to there, to there, and you get dumped to there. And then I doubt I can uni build this. Maybe I can. Sure, 60 uni. Can I plug that into there? All right. And then I want you to be hyper. This is the priority out, so that means these guys should get all their steam, and therefore I should be able to crank out an extra 30 megawatts worth of power from just this system. Is this going to last forever? I have no idea. It might fall over and die eventually because I just run out of excess food that we can process, and therefore I need to deconstruct it. But hopefully by then I have some fast breeding reactors up and running, so it shouldn't be a problem. Can I get you guys? Can I edit area? Can you slide 10 more tiles to the left? Thank you very much. And then you can get back to work. All right. So sand should hopefully fix itself. Yeah, we can see a train has just dropped off a pile of sand, so that should be fine. Space station's low on maintenance parts. Yes. We can already see it's gone down a level, and we're going to actually, well, downgrade it again, and then we're going to wait for it to fall from the sky. Yeah. All right, so that should solve our space station. All right, I'm out of electronics. Well, my electronics are low, and they're getting worse. Vehicle parts? Vehicle parts is waiting for that lot to be shipped off. Yep. So I need to wait for that to finish so we can start putting diamonds in there still. No, that's space station. Uranium ore. Uranium ore means I need to go to the map, and I need to have you scale up to 6, just max it out, which is going to cost me even more uni that I really don't have, and also means that I'm going to have to cut this back. Also means that research is completely stopped there because I am out of space science. So can we go back to ship fuel usage and train fuel usage? Now, if I go look at the stats and I go look at fuel, and we turn off, well, production, total, and main ship, we can see vehicles and I can see cargo ships. As you can see, it's about 50-50 for each of them, which means if I get savings on either of these guys, I'm fine. I don't know what trains use because it's not in this graph. But, you know, it definitely seems that vehicles are using about half of it and trains are using about the other half. Maybe it's vehicles are using a bit more, but any fuel saving I can do is definitely going to benefit. And another one I want to do is set you back to the longer routes. The longer routes use less fuel, but it means that I'm going to move the slag out slower. If I set this to 50% and then hopefully I see the notification, we can then turn this back to faster, cut down the amount of slag, get the slag moved out, and then set it back to slower again just to save that diesel. This is 481, this is 337. It's two things. It's an extra 100 diesel, but it's 100 diesel every 3 months, not 100 diesel every 6 months, because obviously if it travels twice as fast, it uses the diesel. Well, it gets back faster and then therefore leaves again and uses more diesel again. Okay, so fuel station. This is the only fuel station complaining it's out of fuel, which is probably a good thing. That implies that this one has some fuel. Some fuel, very much some fuel. All right, so trains. Can we go to you? We have service lanes. Okay, I have 2 of them built. So can I send you off to uranium? Can I send you off to uranium? Can I send you to uranium when you're built? And can I send you to uranium as well? Okay, can we go to train line manager? Can I go to you? So you are stuck there waiting to pick up uranium. Okay, head to the scrapyard. You are also waiting to pick up uranium. You're waiting to pick up uranium. And you are parked there to pick up uranium. And I think I'm going to send you off. I'm also going to pause this station because I don't need to have that station running anymore. The other thing I want to do is visit the market and get some fuel that way. Can I? You. Pin. Thank you. All right. So, if we go back to train line manager, you. So 3 trains are going to the scrapyard. I have 3 to replace them. The replacement trains are also going to drive a little bit faster because they're hydrogen. They have a higher max speed. And I just need to have 1 train, being this one, unload its uranium, and then we can well, send it off to the great scrapyard as well. That's going to give us back some parts. The parts I can turn into brand new trains, and that's the main idea. Okay, so you're still building. You're going to have another hydrogen one in just a second, as long as I can keep up with the parts. Can I upgrade? No, they are coming in fast enough. I'm going to upgrade it anyway. Can I upgrade that? Cool. Just to make sure they're definitely going to come in fast enough. Yes. All right. So with that done, I want to then look at the next train I want to get built. So the next train I want to get built is actually going to be this copper train, because we are mining iron here and occasionally we pick up some copper. If the copper backs up, obviously it's going to back up the sorter. So I'm intentionally staying away from the copper, but what I want to do is get this station built. So can I have this all enabled, please? We're going to leave both the fuel stations paused because I don't really need them running. Can I copy, please? Can I copy that? Excellent. We have a new train line. You are going to be copper you're going to be, I don't know, that sort of green. Copper ore. We're going to say product color, line color, and then wrong button, schedule. I want you to go to the waiting station. Then I want you to go to the loading station. Then I want you to go to the unloading station. Okay, so you're going to go here. You're then going to go here. You're going to be full of product. It is going to be copper. And then you're going to go here, empty product. That's going to be copper again. And that should be the whole thing up and running. Okay. Also means that over here, I need to resume this with the hydrogen fuel. Okay. You've gone and dropped your stuff off. Yes. You went to leave. Okay. Scrap. Okay, another thing I'm going to point out right now is this train waited till this train was that far away. I don't need them doing that. So what I want to do is I'm going to remove all of these. It means that as long as the train is not right in front of them, they will move forward faster. It's going to give me higher throughput on all the train tracks, which is what really matters to me. I need the trains moving through here as fast as possible. In fact, I need them moving through everywhere as fast as possible. So can I remove... I can't remove these because I need them to not block the track from one another. Because I can't guarantee they're going to be moving. But like this, I don't need that anymore. I don't need that anymore. I don't need these. I don't need those. I don't need crossings. Okay, the crossings are already done. Can I remove that one? And can I remove that one? Remove that one and that one and that one, that one. These crossings, you're definitely allowed to park on the crossings if you feel you have to. They've all been removed. Yes. Sand out here. Remove that and that and that and that. Remove this and this, and that should do us in that direction. Can we come back this direction? This has just one tiny little one there, which is fine. No, I've removed those ones already. I've removed those ones already. I've removed everything here. Everything here. I can remove that one, and that one. This is just going to roll straight through there and into their corresponding stations. I want to remove these. So trains still won't run into one another. They'll still make sure that they don't crash on the main line. But more importantly is they have a smaller gap between each train, which is what I'm really, really looking for. This only works if you make sure that trains, you know, are always moving and never going to stop, then we're going to back up, which is pretty much how I've designed my whole line, and hopefully it stays that way. It does mean that, yes, if a train stops in the wrong spot, it does mean potentially everything backs up and everything breaks down, and that could be very, very bad, but because I need the higher throughput, I'm going to risk the biscuit. And just rely on, well, hopefully I planned everything right. Okay, can I remove that and that? Can I also remove that, that, and that? Yeah, I feel confident with that one. At least reasonably confident. And then out here, can I remove that and that? Not that it really matters because one of them is a ghost station, but that should, no, I can remove that and that. Okay, that should do us. All right. So you're a hydrogen train, you've driven all the way out here, you have 84% fuel left, which is plenty, and... you go to a waiting station? You go to all loading first. Okay, so technically that should be the top. Okay, can I have that go back in there? So I want that one. It is a stack that has 3 lanes, 1 lane. Okay, so can I set you to be train limit of 6? And then you have a train limit of none. Okay. Realistically, I'd like you to go back around and park in there properly, but it's not going to happen, so we're just going to leave that as that. Okay. All right, so can we try and find you? Okay, so service lanes. I have 2 trains being built already. So can I send you onto... nope, I can go to here. Copper. So copper weight has a 5 on it. That is because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lanes technically. Sure. So let's try... Well, let's go to... copper weight, load, unload. Perfect. All right, can we go you? Can I send you onto copper? Can I send you on a copper? Can I send you on a copper? Can I delete these, which will give me back a bunch of vehicle parts and steel? Okay, I didn't want to delete one of those. And can I also go to train line manager? So I have 2 trains on there currently. You're going to be the 3rd. Can I go to you? You're going to be a copper train. You're going to be a copper train. And you're going to be a copper train as well. Okay, copy, 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 copy. All right, so more trains on the line. More trains out and about. I need you to empty. It's just about done. Can I remove that? And I also need to check on this. Okay, so I have some yellow cake. It's not a lot of yellow cake, but it's definitely a start. Uranium I have none of, which is definitely a problem. Where are you up to? You are picking up uranium right now. Can I get... out. Can I remove the priority? That's what I want to do. Yeah, that way we can send some uranium this way and into this balancer and then back into here because, well, I need to have this running to make sure we have extra fuel rods. I also, 137. Yep, I also need to have the yellow cake ready for, getting the fast breeding reactor up and running. Fast breeding reactors I want to build... actually, no, fast breeding reactors I want to build in just a second after I tell you. Can you move further to the right, please? You. And then can I go find the dirt towers? Okay, dirt towers. Can you finish this job? And then dirt towers. Can I have you go this way? Oh, watch the trucks disappear. All right, can I have dirt out to here? And all the way across here, and all the way across here. Yeah, I'm producing so much that I'm actually using dirt as the main fill now. Can I remove that? And yes, I do mean producing. I'm producing more dirt that I'm digging up. Can I go there and there? Okay. All right, so you guys have somewhere to dump the dirt. The rock keeps getting thrown off the cliff, and we should be good. Can I remove that whilst we're here? All right, so as I was saying, what was I saying? Fuel, people, I was saying power. Probably wasn't saying power, but I do want to talk about power. You are producing solar panels. We're not producing them terribly fast, but we are producing them, and they are going down out here. But it does mean that I want to have on my tracking list solar cell mono. Yes, that's the one I want to start tracking because I want to make sure I have those in stock. And if I have more than like 100 in stock, it's time for me to go lay down more solar panels because I'm going to start making some power from solar. It's not going to be a lot of power from solar. It's currently 15 megawatts. Yeah, it's not a whole lot, but it's something. It's something, and that's what really matters. Also, I want to double check you. You're power priority 5, you're 12, you're 13, you're set to auto balance. And that shaft was full for half a second. So maybe we can save some fuel rods by you fluctuating your power downwards. All right, so fast breeding reactors, that's what I want. I want to start making fuel for fast breeding reactors. I'm going to be putting the fast breeding reactors out here. Out here seems like a fairly decent place for them. And again, I'm going to go and grab blueprints. I'm going to link up the top right-hand corner a very recent video I did on nuclear reactors and more importantly, fast breeding reactors. And what I want to do is I'm going to put down this little module. This little module to start us off. Can I dump you here? Yes. Maybe. Can I have a power reactor? Can I put a power reactor here for 2 seconds? Can I grab water? Can I grab a pump and a dump? Okay, can I set you to be Brian? Can I remove that tank and that tank? Can I pick up all of this and can I plug it into the pump? Yep. I was off by a tile, it's not too bad. And plug that into there. Okay, so that's where my reactor is going to go, on this plateau. It does mean I need to fill in this area. I plan on filling this in the area. Okay, and then I want to have a fuel module. The fuel module needs to go... Yeah. Okay, so I didn't have this up and built. So let's start with this one. This one, can I get you unpaused, please? You are going to produce me some core fuel. You're also going to produce me some blanket fuel. They're both the two things I need to have a reactor running. I need to drag this way up. I need you to be a #1 priority. I need you dragged way up as well. Actually, one's probably too much. Four seems reasonable. Can I get... And then can I get this built? Can I set you to 4 as well? Can I get you built? Can I get you built and you built? That's relatively cheap. Actually, I have 140 uni. Can I just do the whole thing? Yeah, sure. Let's do the whole thing. All right. Can I also double check on you? Where are you up to? So you're printing a copper train right now. The copper train... where's our unload? A copper train has hydrogen right here. You're unloading copper right now. You would be, except it be full, so I take that as a win. And I have 2 other trains sitting right here. I'm going to actually change this one down to a train limit of 2, because we also have the belted in copper, and the belted in copper is definitely probably way more reliable than the train copper. And if we go look at this station doesn't have any fuel being delivered to it. That should be fine because I get filled up the end, up at the other end, so that should work for us. Can I remove those? Please. Okay. Yeah, I know you guys can't access it. I don't need you to access it. I need you to bring stuff here and here and here. Can we not bring plutonium? Plutonium is here. Trucks can export. Okay, any trucks can export. Turn on, please. No, he wants to bring it out. I wonder why. It's not radioactive at all. Okay, can we come back to this? Okay, so the idea is we're going to bring in some salts, plus we're going to bring in some yellow cake. That's all I need to have you up and running. You'll make me some blanket fuel. You, on the other hand, need to have plutonium and salt to make me core fuel. If somebody's going to drive over some plutonium, what could go wrong? And we're going to be able to turn that into some core fuel. I need to have both these up and running, so I'm going to reactor up and running. On top of that, I need to have parts of this up and running. So can I get that part built? Can I get that part built? Can I get all of the stuff top built? All of that infrastructure there built? Everything down here built? Can I get this built? Can I get that? Oh. Okay, that might be a little bit too close to the edge. Yeah, can I move that inland just a little bit? Oh. Alright, let's try that again. Can I get that built? Can I get that built? Huh? Yep. Can I... Oh, no, that paused it. Unpaused. Cool. Can I get that built? And can I get that built? Can I get that built? And can I get the top half built? Okay. On top of that, I need to have all of this built. I need to have you built. I need to have you built. I need to have you built, please. And I need to have that much built, I think. Probably all of that built. Okay. My biggest problem is there's going to be an awful lot of construction parts. On top of that, the actual reactor itself is 1,500 construction parts, also requires you to have titanium and a whole bunch of electronics 3, which is a bit of a problem. I have those things, but I don't have them in vast amounts. Can I get that built? Can I also get that built? And the plumbing built? The other plumbing built? Yep. Because all the things don't require maintenance, mostly. Okay. You need to have water. I do not want to have trucks deliver that much water. That seems a bit insane to me. But I have a pipe up here. Pipe up here, can I drag you down? Probably. It doesn't have a lot of water in it, but honestly, I only need about 2,000 water. No, I want you to be at max height, please. Yeah, thank you. And then we're just going to go down the hill. I don't mind. However you feel like doing it. Yeah, all the way down. And then across and into there. Okay, can I get that built? And can I get that built? Alright, so that should be that up and running. Too much slag, which means I need to turn you back off saving fuel. And then you can go and chew through all my measly diesel reserves. Can I do this again and this again? And can I also... Oh, I actually should check. Dock. Let's say keep empty. That way, hopefully somebody picks up the diesel and does something important with it. All right, can I also double check this? So we are... Okay, so that means in theory, if we go back to the train... Nope, a train line manager... I have all the trains running on copper. Uranium has 4 trains already. Bauxite? Probably not bauxite. The rock trains I don't want to change. Coal trains? We changed the coal trains. Where are we getting coal from? We're getting coal from here. They don't do a lot of driving, but that's doesn't have a lot of bearing actually. Sand. Actually, sand we're using a lot of. Yeah, let's do the sand trains next. I have 8 of them for some reason. Okay, so sand, what I need to do is I need to go to you and unpause you so you can start putting fuel in there. I should also unpause you so you start putting fuel in the uranium trains. I can then pause you because you don't need to have fuel into, or diesel fuel into the uranium trains. I also need to go here. They're both pause. You're still at 81% fuel, not an issue. Alright, sand. So sand, okay, can I grab, no, let's do it properly. Alright, can I go to you? Can I have surface lands? There's already 1 built. Can I send you to sand? Can I send you to sand? Can I send you to sand? You to sand? You to sand? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, can I duplicate you once more and set you to no line, and then can we go to train line manager, sand? Okay, you are driving. You're driving, but you're driving empty. So can we send you off to the scrapyard? You're driving empty as well. Can I send you to the scrapyard? I still have 9 trains, so that's gonna bring me down to 7. You're driving back. You're at the station right now. You're waiting for free track. Can I send you to the scrapyard as well? Okay, so that should bring us down to 6 trains, assuming we don't print anymore, which we are slowly building more constantly. But that should bring us down to a correct number for right now. And as more trains pop out, I can get rid of other trains. You're stuck there because you can't get to the other end. Yep, okay. And low supply of medical supplies. Is that because of steel? No, it is because of you guys, which is because of poppy. Okay, can we go plant some more poppy then? Can we go... This is the last thing I need. An island-wide flue, whilst we're also short on power and fuel and full sorters and everything else can go run at the same time. I can get poppy there, and poppy there. Okay, so can we go to you? So you're the titanium one, which is backed up on rock. Rock is being sent to that area, which means we're going to dump it to the sea locally. That's fine. Can I upgrade you and we'll call that a day? And I definitely have a decent amount of uni coming in. Can I take that up 2 more points? And we'll see if that helps. All right, so okay, you're now done. All right, can I have you unassigned from that contract? Yep, that means you're going to unload the vehicle parts. The vehicle parts are going to be put in here, right? Yes, they're going to get loaded in the box. Perfect. Can I also go back into contracts? Can I do that trade and that trade and that trade and that trade? And then can I go cancel that one and then do goods? We can set that up for diamonds now. And once you're empty, which you are, I can unassign you, assign a contract, that contract, assign you back to diamonds. We're going to press the U button and make them disappear. And then we're going to flip you around, hold down shift and get you rebuilt for nothing. Cancel. And now you store diamonds, which we need to promptly load on the ship, which is fine because I have 500 on the belt. And I only need how much per trade? 400. So we should be fine. All right, so this fuel station is still out of fuel most of the time, but I do have movement. So I have somebody out here that at least is getting some fuel, which is a good start. And if we go back to, where are we? You. I don't have a full count, so I don't know how many we've built. Sand, 7. Okay, so, okay, you're leaving. You can go away. So I now have 3 sand trains have been swapped over, and there's still plenty of old diesel ones still running, but that should keep sand moving. We're going to have more trains getting converted and built as fast as we can. We have plenty of vehicle parts. Yeah, I have vehicle parts. I have all the materials, so it shouldn't be a problem. It's just a matter of time to get these guys built, and as long as I keep scrapping more locomotives and wagons, that should offset the amount of vehicle parts we're using, and the wagons just get put into the brand new train. I don't pay for them second time, which is very, very good. But yeah, they just get dumped in. I still have 7 of them. 6. Yeah, you just finished. You can get scrapped too. There you go, solved. I'm going to have 7. Iron has 7. Very good question. I'm not sure. But what I am sure of is I'm definitely out of time. We are still very, very much struggling. And where is this? This is all being built ever so slowly. And you have been built. You have started making a core fuel. We have 80 of it. You've started making a blanket fuel. We have 70 of it. I need to have more yellow cake. And my yellow cake is limited by, this process, which I am about to have 180 shipped over. But also I'm dumping way too much toxic slurry into this system, which means I'm technically stopping it from processing some other uranium to make fuel rods. So it's cash 22. But the fuel rod number is going up because I am processing the plutonium twice as fast. Does leave me more problems of I don't know if I can keep up the spent fuel. Well, I don't know if I can maintain my plutonium reserves. That's what it really comes down to. Medical supplies should be fine after extra poppy comes through. And you're just an idiot. Diamonds is not a problem. We're just going to delete that one outright. And Vivian. There's some fuel saving right there. And bauxite looks like it's getting fuel occasionally. And uranium is... on the fuel tanker, it has some fuel, not a lot, but hopefully with us getting a few more trains built and swapped across, that'll increase our overall diesel that we have available in the network. And I just noticed we have a whole bunch of solar panels available, so I'm going to leave this episode here whilst I place down another couple of rows of this and say to you, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. Hopefully next episode we can actually start looking at turning on a fast breeding reactor, providing I don't have any other crisis I need to deal with. But with all said and done, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you in the very next episode with hopefully a few more hydrogen trains. Anyway, that's it. I'm out. Bye.